Tuchel, you've got to wake up and say what's up. You've got to wake up and say what's up and actually get Bayern to be playing freaking football. PSG are cost. Ever since the miracle at Camp Nou, it was the football god said they are never, ever winning a UCL. So look, see, this is a match in which, on paper, this should be an easy dub. PSG, Real Sociedad, Bozo FC, Bayern, but that's on face value. And to be a proper analyst, which I am the go-to analyst, you have to look beyond what is on face value, because I'll keep it real. There is a very strong chance that either Sociedad or freaking Bozo FC could make it through this whole thing, man. So we're going to look at both of these games, both of these UCL games, because there is the ramifications of certain results happening could lead to huge results and huge, massive, gargantuan effects. And we'll get to that. So, first off, we're gonna, First off, we're gonna look at Bozo FC and Bayern. We're gonna look at Bozo FC and Bayern. You see, looking at this right now, Bayern has to be very scared and worried. And if you're Bozo FC, you have to say to yourselves that if ever there was a time to face Bayern, it's now. Got heavily beaten by Leverkusen. Questions over Tuchel. Questions over Kane. This is a good time to face them. Now, that works in both ways. Based off of, and we all held out Thomas Muller runs because Thomas Muller went crazy, exposing Bayern for not being confident, not playing with bravery, not even playing football. So there's so many questions. So you could say to yourself that it could be the adverse where Bozo FC, you're now facing a Bayern who are angry and now need to respond. And the worst thing is to face an angry, wounded animal that wants to respond and really wants to show that, no, we are still here and we still need to be respected. So you could face a fully inspired Bayern Munich who Tuchel is like, bro, I want to get a response from you guys. But then again, if that's Bayern, who we saw against Leverkusen, shows up, give it a chance to your boy Immobile. Give a shout out to your boy Luis Alberto. Give a shout out to your boys Felipe Anderson. Because especially Anderson, because Felipe Anderson is going to be very key. Because when you look at Bayern and just how Leverkusen was so good on the counter, if Felipe Anderson will be very good when you now look at that overload and how they now counter them. Because if Felipe Anderson can get hold of the ball, balance, get past guys and get the ball into those key channels, cutting on the diagonal for the right shots, cutting on the diagonal and try to now thread the ball into an Immobile, this could be a very, very dangerous, difficult game for your boys Bayern Munich, man. So Bayern have got to be very, very aware. Shout out to boy Gendouzi. Because really Gendouzi will say to himself that way, hang on, I think I can control this game. I think I can control this game because if you're going to bring in a freaking Goretzka or a Kimmich or any of these sideshow bobs to me, Gendouzi can say, yo, I know I look like sideshow Bob's cousin. I think I can actually dominate and control this midfield if he of course starts, man. So, and look, the thing about Immobile is, look, he ain't the greatest striker in the world, okay? The guy is freaking mid. But if you give him an opportunity and give him a 1v1 chance, he can be somewhat consistent. So if Bayern give him enough chance and enough space and enough opportunities, it could be lighted. And remember, he's quick, he's fast. For Bayern, you've got to respond. You got punched in the mouth by Leverkusen. You got pimp slaps. Let's just be real. Let's not miss once. You got completely and utterly pimp slaps by these dudes. You have to respond. And my thing is, what is your response going to be? Are you going to take it lying down, or are you going to be like, no, hang on. We've got to say what's up. We have to now say what's up. So, For Bayern Munich, the first thing is control them in the midfield. Have possession in the middle. That's the first thing. The other important thing, which is what was missing, is the creativity. Because there's the key. Thomas Muller runs about. You have to be unpredictable. You have to be brave. You have to play with flair. You have to play with panache. You have to play with Sasa, Tata, and Lala. You've got to play with a little bit of fluidity and silk. They were too predictable. So what you want to see from Bayern is that creativity, that flair, that unpredictability. Playing football. Football is about risk. It's about risk. I think it's the point that Scaloni was making, where football is becoming too robotic, too predictable, too much about analysis. There has to be a bit of freedom, a bit of jazz, and just a bit of unorthodox nature to really how you're approaching this game, which is what has been harming these freaking dudes. So for Bayern, what I want to see is, yo, bro, Musiala, we know what you can do. Kane, a big thing is Homeboy had 18 touches. He has to have more touches. So Kane and Tuchel have to realize how to make Kane a lot more profound and involved a lot more in the game. He isn't a target man. He isn't Mario Gomez. Okay, Mario Gomez was a pure, unabashed target man. Mandzukic was similar to that. Kane ain't that, bro. He's a guy who can play with the ball at his feet. He's a guy who can bring other guys into the game. And as we've seen in this UCL, he's actually provided for Leroy Sané to score goals. So he can actually help to actually be a creator and a playmaker, not just a goal scorer. So using Kane properly is going to be very key and very important. Leroy Sané, bro, you have to be more productive. But I think as much as Sané has to be productive, when you receive the ball, it's about what's around you. It's about the runs people are making. It's about the different positions people take in. So when I have the ball, Sané has the ball, okay, what are my options here? I have to have good options. Because I can't just pass the ball for the sake of passing the ball. If I'm going to pass the ball forward or make a through ball, you've got to be in a good position or be making a good run that says, aha, that's a smart run. This is a smart pass to make. Without that, it becomes futile. So Tuchel, you've got to wake up and say what's up. You've got to wake up and say what's up and actually get Bayern to be playing freaking football. Get them to actually play like a team, operate like a team, and actually do something. But I think this, guys, why this is hard to predict is I don't know what Bayern are going to show up. I do not know what Bayern Munich are going to show up. This feels I don't know how to call this, bro. But I'm going to hold on. Let me just think. Hold up. Just give me. I'm feeling. I am going to say 2-1 to Bozo FC. Now, I may change, but right now I'm going to say 2-1 to Bozo. I think Bozo FC win this game. But I don't think it's clean. I do think Bayern will respond. But I think at home, at the crib, Bayern seems to have issues. Bozo FC, I believe they won the last game, I believe 3-1. I'm going to say they get this Dubinsky. I'm going to say 2-1 to Bozo FC. 2-1 to Bozo FC. So, WhatsApp FC. That's what they call it. I don't care what they say. You can say Mbappe FC, but I'm going to call them WhatsApp FC. WhatsApp FC against Real Sociedad. I said before, I'm not changing my view. Real Sociedad will knock them out. How they knock them out is a whole different case. They will knock them out. Real Sociedad are going to knock out PSG. How they do it is a different case. So, first game is on Paris. My thing here for Sociedad, I think a huge player for them is Zubimendi. One of the most sought after DM guys. If he plays well, that could be a massive reason for how Sociedad get the results. Remember, this is 2 legs. Sociedad don't need to win. a 1-goal loss deficit is great to now bring back to Spain. So he's going to be very important. My guy, who I wish played for us at AFCON, Sadio Kuma, and how he now combines with your boy Kubo is going to be very important and very key, because let's be real, the counter will be on for Sociedad, because PSG are going to play high line. They're going to try and put pressure on. They're going to be the aggressors, and they're going to try and actually put a chokehold and aggressively chase as many goals as possible. So for Enzo Zubimendi, going to be very important in where he wins the ball, how he's able to release the ball, how he's able to, the pass he makes, and the kinds of counters that Sociedad have. Can they have a 3-on-2? Can they have a 4-on-2? And once they have that, can they now make the right pass, the right decision to now get themselves into good goal-scoring position to now say what's up against your boys PSG, man. So for PSG, it's about PSG are going to get chances in this game. They will get chances, though. So creating chances is not an issue. It's the execution of those chances that's going to be very key. Mbappe is important. We know he is. He can't do it alone. Ousmane Dembele, Kolo Muani, going to be very key. He's a kid. He's young. Zaire Emery is going to be very key as well if he's available for this game and how he's used. So the way the midfield operates is going to be very important. I believe Mendes, he's returned back to training, but I don't think he's going to be available for this game. He's only just come back from injury. So for PSG and for Luis Enrique, I think the key thing here is they have to win the game. That's the first thing. They need a 2-goal deficit to take into Spain, for sure. They need a 2-goal deficit. Anything short of a 2-goal deficit, then it makes things very tricky. If they can get a 2-goal deficit, then maybe there's a chance of them actually coming through to this game. But I just think that I don't think this is going to be a good matchup for PSG, because I feel like if Sociedad will do pretty well defensively against them, because I feel like if Sociedad are a pretty well organized team, and just as a team, they are very well coached and they're just very well organized. And a very organized team is the antithesis to the WhatsApp FC nature of PSG, man. So, again, we know what Mbappe can do, but Mbappe alone, you're not going to win the game. If it's just, give the ball to Mbappe and let him turn and shoot. No. Mbappe will play a role, but how PSG win this time is how well all the other players play around and just how well PSG operates as a unit. If you're just a one-man team and just go ISO, so they're not going to beat these guys. But just being better coached and operating better as a team. The key to PSG is how well they play as a unit. It's a two-flex. You've got to operate well as a team, have a good structure and shape. Then that's a good foundation for the individuals to now say what's up and now to be definitive. So you need both of those things there. So, but I just feel this just, when I saw the draw, I was like, this just screams LSG. This screams LSG. This absolutely just screams and reeks of, this is just the prime game for LSG to screw up. But I think that this first leg is going to be a big indication, because if Sociedad escape, if Sociedad win this game, I don't forget the second leg. Forget it. If Sociedad escape with a draw or a 1-goal deficit, I'm going to give them the advantage. I'm going to give these guys advantage if they escape with like a 1-goal deficit, man. So, but for Mbappe, look, it feels as if he's going to Real Madrid. And the dream is, if I'm going to go to Real Madrid, can I leave you with a UCL? And I've said this many times, and I hope people listen to me. PSG are cursed. Ever since the miracle at Camp Nou, it was, the football god said, they are never, ever winning a UCL. It's never happening. Forget that. Scratch that. So for Mbappe, just look, vibes, just do what you can. I'm going to say 2-2. 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 2-2. So that I'll hold them to a 2-2 draw, man. I believe that's what's going to happen, man. So guys, like the video, please hit subscribe up in there, man. And I might be on Twitch. You know what? I might be on Twitch. Mbappe FC. You know Mbappe FC needs me, so I'll be on Twitch for the watch along, and then we're gonna have our post-match UCL hangout in Hangouts form. UCL Hangouts post-match analysis reaction to this. So join us for that post-match. Peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Mbappe, you can always come to Chelsea.